Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda Quintana here, and it is Thanksgiving week here in the US. So it's a busy week for probably many of you. So I will be going live today, obviously, and on Friday, which is not actually Thanksgiving, but it's kind of a long weekend that starts on Thursday and runs all the way till Sunday. I will be dropping a recording on Friday when I normally go live, just because I want to spend time with our son Nicholas, who will be visiting from California. So just so you know the change for this week. And then next week, I will be back to my regular schedule. But anyway, thank you to everyone who sent me birthday wishes. I had a wonderful birthday. We didn't really do a lot on the weekend because after just completing our renovation that week, I really wanted to spend the time nesting and putting the bedroom back together, bringing the bed back in, the furniture back in, setting up the closets and all of that. I don't know why that takes up so much time for me, but it just does, kind of getting everything back into its place. And for some reason, it created a lot of laundry too. I don't know why, but just everything just kind of came to a head. So, but anyway, I'm very happy with the way things came out, and I did have a good birthday. I'm going to share some of the birthday cards I got and other cards I got last week at the end of this video, so that we can jump right in and start doing our Casing Tuesday thing. So today is Casing Tuesday. And that's the day when we take a card out of the catalog and we give it a makeover. So let's take a look at the card that was chosen for this week. It's a very simple layout. I actually really love that it is a simple layout, because this one, almost anyone can do this one. You can use paper in the background or the layer where those holly berries are if you don't want to go too elaborate. Or you can just stamp some images and cover up where everything meets in the center with a greeting. Because sometimes we have a stamp that's like a branch. And if we were just to stamp that branch and overlap the stems in the center, it kind of gets a little bit messy. I don't know if you know what I mean, but that messy area, you can cover that up with another layer, like a greeting, and then it looks really great, right? It looks like it doesn't look messy in the middle. So this is a good stamp for that. I did a little different something, so I'll show you what I did, but I really like that this is a very accessible layout for everyone and very easy. No die cut shapes, very simple and plain. You could absolutely use a die cut shape though if you wanted to. And here, oh, I lost my sketch. Here's the sketch for today. It's very simple. And again, I changed some things a little bit. My greeting was more rectangular than square, so feel free to change those out. You don't have to follow this pattern exactly. If you are like a rule follower and you want to create this exactly, then just look through your collection to find a greeting that fits that square shape. It might not be in the stamp set that you're using, but you can probably figure something out. So I love how easy this is. Perfect for Thanksgiving week. All right, just one other thing. We are coming to the end of the month, and I have a promotion this month that I'm running in conjunction with this host code right here. And for every $50 you spend with me this month, you'll be able to choose a stamp set from my retired collection. I have a page set up with over 100 stamp sets to choose from. Of course, it might be less than that now because some of them have been chosen, but we started off with over 100, but there's still a lot of really great stamp sets left. These some of these retired stamp sets are things that have come out of my vault that I unmounted myself on cling mount foam. I did a really good job, if I can say so myself, because I'm kind of a neat freak. And I created new covers for these stamp sets. Now, there are two sections, one that I unmounted and another section that were stamp sets that just came as they were. So if you don't want something that I personally unmounted, there are selections for you. And that is for every $50 you spend this month. If you do not want a stamp set, totally get that, then I'll default to my my standby gift, which will be an embellishment, a full embellishment, but it will be surprise embellishment, and I will send that to you in December. And if you choose the embellishment option, it is just one per month, so you won't be getting one for every $50 you spend, but the stamp sets you will. I had someone that earned a whole bunch of stamp sets. I'm going to have to use a flat rate box to send them to her. So it's a really good deal if you're placing a big order and you want to get a bunch of stamp sets. I initially wanted to get them out this week. I don't think that's going to happen. I did get out last month's gifts. Are ready to go. I'm going to drop them off at the post office this morning. So if you earned something from me in October, sorry, I was late this month, but they are all ready to go, sitting in a little basket, and I'm going to be dropping them off today at the post office. And then I will work on getting these ones out the door. It actually kind of worked out well because I had some of you order early on in the month and then order again later on in the month, and now I can ship you both of your stamp sets at the same time. So that actually worked in I think everyone's favor. All right. I'm going to put this away and I'm going to share with you my card. So here is my card, and remember we had a square greeting on the original card. I changed mine to a rectangle card, or a rectangle greeting, and instead of doing branches, I did these beautiful zinnias. And I realized at this time of year I tend to run out of birthday cards because I'm doing a lot of Christmas cards, holiday themed cards, and I'm not creating as many birthday cards. So I was like, oh my gosh, I have some December birthdays and I need to create some cards. So that's why we have a birthday card stuck in the middle of the holiday season, because we all have birthday cards to send out this time of year. So this one, I kind of felt like, even though these are zinnias, I kind of feel like they also look like chrysanthemums that we have this time of year. And I kind of picked some, a little bit of fall colors. Yes, this could also go as a summer card, but this one in particular, this Calypso Coral one, just is a very fallish color. And these are very easy to change out to different colors. Like if I had chosen a Calypso Coral card base, then that would have kind of played into the fall theme a little bit more. But I love the way this turned out. And also, one thing that I really like with the stamp set is that you can use sponge daubers to color them. I'm going to show you how to do that. So even if you don't love to color, this is a stamp set that sponge daubering works really well, and it's very quick to color these flowers. So I'll show you how I did that in just a moment. All right, I think I am, did I lose my camera? I did. Huh. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna plug out and plug back in. Oh, I wonder. Let's see. Let's see. Aha. Okay. I think what I didn't do. I didn't plug the power. This little guy's been running off the battery. So that is what the issue is. Now let's see if we can turn this on and make it happen. And now my little camera thing is completely gone. Nope, that's not what I want. Camera switcher. It's thinking about it. This is just the leftover joy from switching studios. I forgot to plug in my camera, and I guess my camera has been working off of the battery instead of me plugging it in. You know. Okay, let's go back and do this one more time. I'm going to zoom in my camera. Now we're ready to go. All right, let's do this. Okay, so the Simply Zinnia stamp set is also a bundle, was an online exclusive. So if you're wondering why you did not see this in a catalog, that is why. But it is a fabulous bundle, actually. It has all of these dies as well, but we're not doing any die cutting today. Today's going to be an easy day, and there's some other stamps that are on blocks right now, but this is a beautiful stamp set. I love it. If you're wanting the bundle, my supply list only has a stamp set. Just do a search for Simply Zinnia bundle. That's the name of the bundle. And then I'm using a classic stamp set called Throughout the Year, and I love this greeting here, happiest of birthdays. And let's get started. I'm going to show you how to make this. I have a stack of quarter sheets of copy paper that I always have on hand. This is for designing and for stamping off, or when I'm stamping something that's going to come off the edges. So I'll need one of these. Not quite yet, but we're going to grab this. We're going to grab our Tuxedo black ink pad. I put the Zinnia head on a D block, and I'm just going to ink it up in the Tuxedo. And I'm doing this one. This is the first one. It's about maybe 3/8, half an inch from the top on either side. This is a very vanilla piece, sorry, and the dimensions of this piece are 3.5 by 5 inches. I'm doing this out of order. That's okay. I'm going to stamp this one so it's about half an inch from this side and pretty close to this flower here. And then one more. I'm going to stamp this so it's pretty close to here and a little closer to this side. Okay, so I've got my 3 flowers in a layout. Now I want to add a little bit of leafy greens. So let's take some leaves, and I want to get it fairly close to my Zinnia. So you see there's a little bit of a gap. We're going to fix that in a second. Okay, let's just trying to decide how to do this. Oh, this will be good right here. Very nice. And then we'll do one coming off the bottom. Let's go like this. Okay. Isn't that a pretty pattern? You can copy me exactly if you want to. If you want to make this card. Grab like a fine tip Sharpie or a fine tip black pen, and I'm just going to extend. Uh-oh. It decided to turn off. Let me see if all my connections are connected. Oh, what fun! Technical difficulties. We'll just wait and see if my camera decides that it wants to be back on with me. It might be temperamental as it's charging up. It might not like what I'm doing today, so we might have a lot of blackouts here. Let's see how long this next one lasts. Okay, so I'm just taking the fine tip and I'm extending these leaves right to the flower edge just to make it look like there isn't a gap. The gap's not a big issue, but I just think it looks better if you do that. Oh shoot, not again. I think it's wanting to use my battery. So, oh, what fun this is going to be for me. You know what? I'm just going to let it, I'm trying to see, hopefully my whole, I'm just looking at my setup here to see if everything is truly plugged in. All right, technical difficulties are fun. Let me see how I can, I'll do some of this card. I'll backtrack. I'll show you the coloring afterwards. I'm going to let my battery charge a bit and I'm going to hold some things in the air instead of going face down, and then we'll let my little battery charge for a little bit and then see if I can show you the coloring, because that is the most important thing. So I've got a card base here, and this is Melon Mambo, and I've cut this to 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it in half at the 4 1/4 inch mark. I just fold this, and I take my bone folder, and I usually just run it on that fold right there, and that creates the card fold like that. Then I took a piece of the Zinnia paper, and I have the link down below if you're looking for it. Beautiful paper, and I wanted to max out my paper, so I cut this to 4 inches by 5.5. And then I'm gonna grab my little glue, and I'm just going to put glue on the back of here. Oh, move it into camera. This is challenging my mirroring skills. Okay, putting glue on the back of here, and then I'm going to add it to the front of my card base. And I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. Like that. Now I do have a little bit of edge peeking out here. This is such a tone-on-tone paper that I felt like I could get away with that instead of cutting a 4 1/4 piece. This way I can get 6 cards out of 1 sheet of designer series paper. The other thing that I want you to think about with this card, if you run out of the paper and you just want tone-on-tone flowers, just stamp this in whatever color is your card base. Don't do a layer of designer series paper, and then just stamp the edges with this flower. And I would, in this case, I would do Melon Mambo. And then you could create kind of that tone-on-tone pattern look on the edge, because we're really not seeing a lot of it, but just to capture the edge there and to give it that same look. This paper has some really pretty patterns in it though, so it didn't hurt that I mentioned it. This is probably one of the plainest patterns in the whole pack. It's got some really just gorgeous florals in here, and colors. And look at this nice green one, which is like super nice. But look at this. It's just really, really pretty paper, and it matches that bundle really, really well. Okay. I want to see if I can get I'm going to get ready because I'm going to have to do this quickly. So I'm going to, before I time out again, okay, I'm going to be using my sponge daubers in 5 different colors. And so I'm going to open these as I talk about them and get them ready. So when I switch the camera back on, hopefully we can get some juice out of it so I can show you how I do the sponge daubing. So first of all, I'm going to use Daffodil Delight for the centers. Opening that up. I'm going to be using Old Olive for the leaves. Then starting, hit my microphone. Starting from the top flower, I'm using Fresh Freesia, and I have a sponge dauber for each color, so I don't muddy them. The next color down, so Fresh Freesia, Calypso Coral, opening up the Calypso Coral, and then finally Poppy Parade is my last color. I could have also used Melon Mambo, but I kind of designed it with Poppy Parade, and then afterwards I was like, oh, I'm going to do a Melon Mambo card base, and so that's what we got. So, but I love the colors. Poppy Parade almost looks a little bit like Melon Mambo when you sponge dauber it. So we will see what we get. Okay, so let me get my little sponge daubers ready, because it's going to be a race against time here before I time out. Okay, let's see. Can she do this? All right, let's see. Little camera. I'm going to turn you on. You're going to turn on. Okay. Zoom in. Come on. You want to do it? Okay, this way. All right. Okay, so here we go. Daffodil Delight. Going to do it in the centers of all of these flowers. Then Old Olive, you're just going to, for this, you're going to need some paper. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm too far off. You're going to flick towards the outside. And then here, you're just going to kind of come in. Can you see what I'm doing? Sorry, I'm off camera a bit. All my little ink pads are right in the way. Let me zoom out just a teeny tiny bit more. Okay. Okay, so you're going to do that. And then for the flowers, you're going to go from the outside in. You can be quite dark with this. And the cool thing about the sponge daubers is that it doesn't look 100% dark. It kind of fades off a little bit, so it looks like you're actually shading. So, let's see if I can get that to zoom in. And then Calypso Coral. Just move from out to in. Doing that allows you to kind of go to the edge, but and it does kind of go outside the edges a little bit, which is kind of the look I'm going for. I don't want it to look perfect. I want it to kind of look like I maybe not watercolored it, but that it's not perfection. This is not like a hard color like Stampin' Blends. This is a soft color. Maybe it looks a little pastel-y. I don't know. It's not even watercolor. It's like almost like you're working with a different coloring medium. You can hit this one more time. Get this just a little bit darker. You can kind of go on the edge a little bit to get the stems. Okay, that is all there is to it. I love it. Okay, so real quick also, if you want to do the inside florals, you can do this same cut as the outside florals. So it's 3.5 by 5, and I'm just going to use the leaf again to just add just a tiny bit of a leaf. Okay, you can connect the stems again with a black fine point anything. Okay, and it doesn't have to be waterproof either, because my inks aren't waterproof at this point. This is just sponge daubering. We're not using any extra water or anything. I'm just gonna hit those leaves, and this is the sloppiest I've done this because I'm trying to do it quickly just in case I lose my camera again. So even done very, very quickly, you can see that this is really easy to color and it still looks good. So I think even someone who does not like coloring could enjoy, actually I'm going to do this Poppy Parade, would enjoy doing this. Okay. All right, so there is my inside piece. And we'll just move these out of the way real quick. We will need, actually, I don't think we need any of these. Have any of you colored with sponge daubers before? I quite like it. Okay, so our pieces of the card, and then we need, I just need one of these, but I actually cut myself an extra one because I felt like, oh, going in, I felt like I might not be able to get this straight. We'll see how well I do. The other one I stamped and then I cut down. This piece is Old Olive. It's 2 1/8 by 7/8. Let's see if not too bad. Happiest of birthdays. I think I could have gotten the black a little darker though. Let's try it one more time. Okay, let's try. Okay, that's a little better. Happiest of birthdays. And you know, when I do this, if you have one that is a greeting, you can stamp it on a bigger piece and then just cut it down so it looks really nice. And then we're just going to take this piece and we're going to glue this on here. I think I centered it. Oh, I better make sure. Yes. Okay. It's going to make sure that the card is opening in the correct direction. Okay. And we'll put this here. And then this little greeting fits so nicely right here without covering up too much. Right here. And this is a little bow I tied with linen thread earlier. Just put a dot of glue there and then just hold that down. Oh, I'm so glad the camera seems to be holding for now, but it's blinking. It's blinking at me, which I don't know what that means. If that means I'm going to lose it in a second. So then we're just going to glue this right to the center or the inside. And that just gives a little bit of interest to the inside. And you can stamp the flowers how you like to write your card. I like to start off with the person's name up at the top and then I work my way down. And then at the bottom, I usually like to have a little area down here. So that's why this is the way I like to stamp it. But if that's not the way you write your cards, you stamp your flowers kind of in the gaps Or you can write your card and then stamp flowers in any dead space and then color them in like that. So there you go. Some very easy cards. And you know, this one I took a little bit more time with the coloring with the sponge daubers, but hey, I think I did not too badly in my hurried frenzy to get the card done before my camera collapsed on me again. So pretty cool. And I hope you'll give this technique a try. It's pretty easy to do. Was that the fastest card I've ever stamped for you? I think it was. Oh my gosh. I just wanted to say, if you're new to my channel here, I would love it if you would subscribe. You'll see, if you're on YouTube, you'll see a little pink picture of me in the corner. If you click on that, that should take you to my subscribe page, and click on the bell so you get notified when I go live. Leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up. All of those things really help me out, and I appreciate them so much. Before I talk to all of you, I want to share some of the cards I received last week for my birthday and otherwise. So this one here was a card from one of my team members, Amy Lind. She sent me a card saying congratulations on my the completion of my reno, and I thought that was so cool because no one else sent me a completion of the reno card. Not to say that I need those types of cards, but I was kind of like, oh, that's such a sweet thing that someone would do that. I was, you know, kind of touched that someone would do that. I think anyone that's been through a reno before knows that we probably do need a card for the end of the reno, because it's been quite the exhausting experience. Yeah, just researching, staying on top of things, not knowing when people were going to be here and not here. It's kind of a relief now to know that I'm not going to have someone coming into my house today at a random time of their choosing, not my choosing, right? So thank you, Amy, for this card. It was beautiful. So I did receive some birthday cards. This one is from a team member, Mary Ann. And can you guess what Mary Ann's favorite color is? It's purple. And I'm touched that she would send me a purple card, because I love purple too. I think blue is my favorite color, but there is some blue on there too. So blue for me, purple for her. And isn't that beautiful? That's that paper. Oh, what's the name of it? What's the name of that paper? I love it. It's so gorgeous. It is the Regal Winter paper. If I had been organized this morning, I would have pulled up the names of stamp sets and things that people use. I think this one's the Flora. There's a stamp set that matches the paper. It has Flora in the title. Sorry about not knowing all the names this morning. Then I got this card from another team member, Marge, and you're the best part of my day. Thank you so much, Marge. This is a beautiful card. I only will show the insides if they're not a personal message written on there. So, but it's stamped on the back, one of a kind creation, handmade by Marge. Oh, so cute. I love the pink cups. And then look at this card. This one was from a team member as well. This was from Louise. Look at how beautiful that is. It's a quilt card. This one's a very elaborate quilt card. I just recently was introduced to quilt cards. This one's like kind of phenomenal. I'm trying to see this one. This one opens like this. That's kind of cool, right? It's a very, very neat quilt card. That's so beautiful. Look at that intricate design. So the thing with quilt cards is you have all of these strips of paper, and then you might add some little white pieces glued on, and then you run them through the embossing folder. So it's kind of a neat thing. It's more intricate than I thought, but it's totally cool. I love them. Thank you so much, Louise, for that. And then this card I was really touched by because I'm part of this knitting club that I just joined this summer. And this group of ladies they're just so sweet. As soon as I met them, I felt at home from the very first day, and it's just amazing. Anyway, we've had some birthdays in the group, and I've been making birthday cards for the group to sign, and it was my birthday. And guess what? One of the knitting group people, she painted me a tulip. Teresa did this, and I was just so touched, and I'm like, how did she know that I love tulips? Well, I have my little on my iPhone, my photo is me holding a bunch of tulips, and she figured out from that photo that I love tulips, which is really cool. And she painted this for me, and I thought, oh my gosh, that is so sweet. And then the knitting club members signed on the inside, but I was like, wow, just wow, that's like amazing. And to top it all off, she was like, oh, this is like not up to your standards. I'm like, what? I can't paint. This is so beautiful. I was so touched by this card that someone would actually paint me a card. Wow. So I had to share that on here, even though it isn't a stamped card. I was truly touched that it was a made card. So I had to share it. So thank you so much. And I received lots of birthday greetings on my videos and in my inbox, and I appreciate all of those so very much. I did have a great day. All right, let's say hello to all of you now. I wanted to share those before I forgot, because that's where my brain's at today. Good morning, Marge, and thank you for the beautiful birthday card. I really appreciate it. Hello, Mary. We always have lots of Marys here, and I love that too. Good morning, Mary Seibert, and good morning, Mary Moat from Indiana. Hello, Louise, and thank you for the birthday card. Mary wishes happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Hello, Janice from Michigan. Hello, Joan from cool and sunny Minnesota. Yeah, it's pretty cool here this morning. I'm not looking forward to leaving the house and going to the post office, but it must be done. I want to get things underway because I have to do my next mailing is about to need attention and get out the door. So trying to get caught up. All right, let's keep going. Hello, Ruth, and she says she loves my projects. Hello, Deborah. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Okay, let's keep going. Mary says, I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for all the wishes to everyone. Hi, Marty. Marty loves this paper. She says the artwork for the zinnias looks like the artwork on a seed package. Very true. It is. Kim says she's like, oh my gosh, I love this coloring technique. I must try this. So Kim, I hope you do. Just remember, this is not the best coloring technique for fine images, but if you have like big chunky images like these ones, it's kind of fun because the shading kind of happens accidentally when you're doing it, and it looks like you're being intentionally unintentional. No, that doesn't even make sense, but you know what I mean? Like it looks like you meant to do it, but you really aren't. You're just trying to get color down on paper. And you know how with zinnias, especially, sometimes zinnias have different colors in them. Like lighter and darker. Like look at that Calypso Coral one. It looks like it's got like the darker and lighter shades that zinnias typically typically have. So it's kind of a fun one to do, especially with a stamp set, but I'm sure you have other florals that this would work well with as well. Mary says she needs those daubers. They are so much fun. And I think they come 5 in a pack. So 5 is a good number usually for coloring a card. I got my yellow, my green, and then the 3 flower colors in there. So they're definitely a reasonable coloring tool. Marge says she's colored with daubers before when I don't want to deal with the detail. Quick and easy. Yeah, it is easy, isn't it? Hello, Catherine, and she's on Facebook. So I have a lot more people joining me on YouTube. So sorry if you're lonely over on Facebook, my poor neglected Facebook channel. But I do go live in both places. I'm so glad you joined us. She says she loves all the colors together. Mary says beautiful cards. Marty says when she finished her addition and renovation at her house, you had a huge party. Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine having a party here, but our son will be here, so that will be fun. I'm so behind on life that I feel like I need to now get caught up instead of adding more things to my plate. So I feel bad that I've neglected correspondence. I've neglected my poor team. I'm behind on all my team recognition. I've got my team door prizes and gifts they're going out in the mail this morning as well. But I'm still behind. I don't know how long it will take me to get caught up, but I'm working through it. I'm going to get there. Before the end of the year, I want to be completely caught up so I can start the new year with a clean slate. All right, let's see. Marty says the tulip is beautiful. It just goes to show you that all artists and crafters can feel uncertain about their talent. Yeah. I think Teresa doesn't paint too often, so it's been a while since she's done it. So I can definitely, feel like how she would feel uncertain if she doesn't do it very often. But it turned out beautifully. Like, I don't know how she did it, but it's gorgeous. Like, yeah, my tulip, if I had hand painted a tulip, it would have looked a lot different than that one. So she did an amazing job. All right. Well, thank you so much for all of you being here this morning. And this was a very quick card right before Thanksgiving. This would be a good card to do Thanksgiving with too. I didn't show you this, but in the stamp set, in this Zinnia stamp set, we have this greeting down here, gratitude. And if you wanted to do Thanksgiving cards, you could put that greeting on the front instead. So what I did was I stamped the full greeting with the words fail to express my gratitude. But if you just wanted, gratitude would be a good word to put on the front of the card, like if you're going to someone's place for Thanksgiving. And then on the inside, you could put Happy Thanksgiving. So I just stamped this on a piece of old olive with did I do old olive ink? No, I think I did black ink. I did, you could do old olive on old olive, but I did memento on old olive. And then I just cut off that there's enough of a gap between words for fail to express my and gratitude, and I just cut it off and cut it into a long skinny greeting, and now I could use that on the card. And actually that was going to be my original card, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I don't need Happy Thanksgiving cards, I need birthday cards. That's what I really need. And I thought probably some of you need birthday cards too, so I switched my design up into doing a birthday card instead. But it's very easy. I'm trying to think, does this one have a Happy Thanksgiving? I'm looking at my throughout the year. It does not have, but it has a happy holidays. But I think unless you did the zinnias maybe in shades of red, then that could be kind of more of a holiday, you know, themed one. But play around with it. It is a lot of fun. I like this layout for today because it's easy. I like the sponge dauber coloring because it's easy. So have fun with this layout. And if you want to join in on Casing Tuesday, post your card over on the Casing Tuesday Facebook group, and the link for that is down below in the description of this video. The links to all the supplies I used today are down below too. So if you have any questions though, just please let me know. I'm wishing all of you in the US a happy Thanksgiving. And if you're not in the US, well, you have a great week and weekend. I will see you back live next week, and I'll be dropping a recorded video on Friday for you. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.